Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm just like sweating here, laughing. Anyway, so that's why sometimes it's good to apply that filter on Zoom so that it can mute some of the conversations.
Oh, so you can, it should, not only do you go first, you can mute me out?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Hey, listen, at this time, I wanted to feature two pieces that are kind of in a summer promotions, because it's good to have a promotion once in a while and to offer people collectors a little incentive to come back to your website and to come back to the studio. So I had these two pieces, Rose Coil and Blue Spiral. They are they go as a pair, but they go individually.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So I want to, there was a time in my life when I wanted to explore more abstract acrylic, and I started. It started as a study to understand how colors go, and then the other week I was just browsing around the stock we have here in the studio, and I discovered these two pieces, and I said, "Oh my God, I haven't promoted these ones for a long time, so it's why not have them on a summer special as well, because why not?" So I worked them both in the same time and at home at the garage at that time, and I think they are very lovely. The colors are popping, and I used acrylic and acrylic ink, so that I have these splashes going on here and there, and they are very decorative if you ask me. But they're happy, they're young, they're for a younger crowd, and they go in a small house as well, in a medium to large environment as well. So what do I need else to say? It's they're on, look at this. I rushed to finish yesterday the slideshow, and that's not right. Guys, this is not $400, it's $250. And you can find them available on my website, my newly designed website. So go ahead to bogdanphotoart.com and head to the shop tab, and everything gets very organized at this time by series, by category, and for promotions as well. So what do you think about this?
I think they're lovely.
Other than missing up the pricing.
So yeah, this one is, and the size is great on these. Were they both the same size on the, maybe that?
They are the same size. They are, I believe, 12 by 12 inch, the actual artwork.
Oh, so the frame is bigger. That's what I was looking at the 20 by 16. I'm like, that's not the right size.
And the frame
is framed that
20 by 16. And I have it here.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You want to help me? You can hold this for me, and then I'll get the other one, so that you guys can understand. It's a nice size, and if you put it together, it has a nice visual impact. I really like the colors. I really like the simplicity of it, and why not having something decorative in your home?
No, I think they're lovely. There was a time when I think it was right after we first discovered Inktober, and where you work with inks for the entire month of October. And that's when I think we started exploring with some of the ink.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, you probably did more than I did.
And remember, we had those swirly artworks that I was so disappointed how they looked. And then
the storm that ended up being what we call the Storm series. And those are the ones we took to Mexico City as well.
They pretty much, they sold all of them.
We have only 2 left out of that whole series.
It's just amazing, because I was exploring these things, and it didn't go anywhere because I didn't have a lot of experience back then on how to save it in a way. And then I throw them in a pail, and John said, let me take it over.
If you don't want them, I'll take them. Yeah.
And it's from that project. It was like a combination of the two of us working
collaboration.
on those
Collaboration, but we worked separately. Bogdan did his part, then I did my part, and they turned out really well. These are in the same period of time, I believe. And I think they're lovely. They're simple, and yet there's lots of movement and energy, and like you say, they seem to me to be young and
I'm gonna believe this because it's not real. But yeah, I mean, they can be in an office, they can be in a bedroom. They're funky and colorful and very pleasant.
I think they're lovely.
So yeah, this is my part of the show, and it went way too fast, but we have a lot of other things to talk about in this show.
Oh, because you did them both at the same time.
Yes,
so
yes.
I was like, well, where's your second one? No, that was your second one.
This is the second one. So yeah, there's not a lot of much to say about it other than explorations. This is what I explore with colors and shapes, and this is one of those happy
I can see in a
movements.
in a minimalist kind of room, they would really be very, very impactful.
And they're floating actually. It's very nice. Yeah. But anyway, before we go further, I wanna address a little some thank yous.
Yes.
One of them is to Josh. He made the purchase of this Sparta, and that's why you guys, Josh, first of all, is one of our collectors
and friend,
and then not only he's collecting us, but he took advantage of the summer salon show here in Silver Street Studios, and found this piece on the wall, and a week later he sent me a message, you should put a red dot on that. So that's why it's great to come at Silver Street Studios and take a look at our exhibitions, because you never know what you find.
Yeah, that goes to my thank you as well.
So
there you go.
So then same week I have Mitch, another follower of mine, and he sent me a message via website. He said, I would like Bo from the Athlete Series. Just like, certainly. I was like, would you be able to frame it for me? And with this kind of frame, so I managed to put it all together, and he was very happy.
Well, they bought before. They bought
some
from you
little
before.
Pieces before. And moreover, this piece will go to Alaska, because they are going
to Alaska. That's right.
Going to Alaska.
How exciting!
So thank you, Mitch, and thank you, Josh. And you have a sales.
Yes, this is also a collector and friend. Sandra is one of my Pancamarga collectors, and if you don't know what Pancamarga is, just stick around, because I'm going to get into it in the next couple of years. I'm doing these exhibitions every 5 years, and it'll come up again in 2025. And so anyway, Sandra has seen this piece. I've been in the studio many times and never saw this piece. And she was just like, I have to have it. So we made that happen.
But I mean, we have so many pieces, and the studio is filled with art. Sometimes it's very hard to focus on things.
Well, yeah, exactly. And like I say, this seems like it would be hard to miss. It's huge, but she has fallen in love. Unfortunately, she can't get it yet because it's in a display. But
all the way to October.
All the way to October, so she has to wait a bit before she can take the nun home.
If you guys want to look at the nun in person, you are in Houston, go to Silver Street Studios. They have the no, not Silver Spring Street Studios, and they have the
turn the camera back on.
A new exhibition going on there.
Yeah, we've got a new exhibition called A Visual Language. They do it every year. It's an open show for all of the studios at all of the different buildings at Sawyer Yards, and it's over at the Spring Street building. And so it lasts until the 14th, I think, of October. Mm-hmm. There is a reception on the 14th of July. If you're here in town, that'd be a great night to come by and spend some time. It's a lovely building, lovely show, and get to see the nun in person. I was very, very honored that they actually put her on the brochure. So she's been her debut and her sale before she goes off to Sandra's collection.
How cute.
And hopefully Sandra will be able to come for that reception as well. But yeah, that has been sitting around the studio for some time.
Now,
And it's so quirky. You think, okay, this was fun to paint. Who's going to buy it? But I'm delighted that she's found a home with Sandra.
but talking about promotions and what's new, guys, I do have these fine art giclée prints going on, and these are only two for now of Euphoria and Purple Splash. Just because they are the original are still in the studio, they're very large, and it's not really for everybody because not everybody has this much room in the house. And then, but they have so much success, I decided to do some 20 by 16 prints out of them, and I think they're gorgeous.
They came out really, really nicely.
I had a couple of them just bought, but if you guys like this kind of art, it's on fine art paper, museum grade, and they are designed for a 20 by 16 frame. They go only for $50 each, and you can order them online via my website, bogdanphotoart.com.
And the what is the difference between a giclée print and just a print?
You know, the giclée print, it's a fine art print on museum grade paper, which
So it's going to be archival, right?
Yes, it's not a just a simple paper that yellows in time. Those are high quality cat and rug sheets of paper.
Absolutely, and it's also a pigment based ink, so it's not a plant based ink, but it's a pigment paint, so that will last and not fade over time. And the high resolution quality of that, you can honestly, you feel like there's texture. You just want to touch it because it has such a heavy impasto in the original.
It's very nice, and again, you can find this under my shop tab in the website Bogdan Photo Art, and you can order your prints. They are actually great not for your home, but they're great to as gifts as well.
They're also good for your home.
Let's get back to the presentation and see what else is there. What's new? So you guys, you know that lately I was playing with this Mexico Mágico series that inspired me from our last trip to Mexico City, and you know, I do have some of them here just to show you the how the original looks like. Go back there, some.
And these are also on paper.
These are on archival
but
paper.
they're originals in the sense that they're.
You know, I'm combining here photography, collage, and acrylic all together. This is not completely this particular one ready, but you know, like working with paper, you have to wait a little to dry
Layers,
and then I have to wait a little for to approach the next idea to it.
Yeah, they're lovely. And you know, it's so funny because when we were in Mexico City, Bogdan mentioned, it's like you cannot be in a place like this and not have it affect your work.
Yeah,
the colors,
it's fantastic.
The light, everything affects you.
That's why,
as an artist,
I only just saying over and over again that we have to go back.
We have to go back, and we have to travel a lot so that we have variety in our work.
Anyway, so that it's. Mexico Mágico.
Do you have what's going on? Or is that later?
That's later. It's coming soon. Let's see. I have some other news, guys. If you are in Los Angeles and watch us from Los Angeles, please do go to the Los Angeles MACRI. There is this alternative photography exhibition going on, and it's for the month of July with an opening reception on July 8th, just like the art tray gallery, which we'll talk about in a second. And then I submitted 2 pictures. I submitted Atlantis, and I submitted this Elysium, and this one in particular made the cut and is in LA right now on display. That's
really quite an honor, and so the piece is it's a physical show going on, and is the reception also online, or is it just physical show?
Just physical show. So that it's in Los Angeles, and meanwhile in Houston, Fram from the Nature Remember series has been selected for the 15th annual juried exhibition at Archway, and the curator was John Bernard himself, the man behind Art Magazine, Art Houston Magazine, and that it's going to be again from July 8th all the way to August 3rd on display at Archway. And the opening reception is on the same day as the other one, July 8th from 5 to 8. So guys, mark your calendars and come give me a support me over there.
Marvelous. I also wanted to point out that we got word for yesterday that Michael Gallery at the Arts Gallery Studios in Mexico City is featuring Bogdan and I in a podcast in his Bureau of Queer Art, which is a new podcast and a social and print magazine that he's producing. And it will be out the 22nd of July. So you might go and to Art Gallery Studios in Mexico City and sign up for that. And we are being featured on the podcast.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's quite an honor.
Except I don't remember when that recording happened because
you know
we've done so much.
It's fabulous.
It's fabulous. Listen, the guys, the salon show here in Silver Steel Studios in Houston is still on for almost 15 days now. And it's time to come and see the artworks we put on display. Yeah,
it's a great show. We love these salon shows, the artists do. So it's all tenant art. We're giving each artist a certain amount of wall space. I think it's 12 feet this time. And you can decorate it any way you like and change it every day if you choose. So it's a fun show. People have really brought out some really important work, some big work. And we're very, very proud of these. So this show will go until the 15th after the third Saturday.
Yes, it's great. And how many artists do we have?
There were 42 who participated.
It's great. It's a great show.
There's only about 50. So, I mean, pretty much everybody's doing it.
Those are really, really nice pieces of art with a really, really nice pricing as well.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Is this a second Saturday coming next?
This Saturday is the second Saturday because last Saturday was the first.
Which means we are open for business, and there's a lot to see and a lot to collect, of course. We'll be open here from as usual, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we get here 10 to about 10.
The evening, yes.
But everybody's open from 12 to 5 and in all the buildings around. So there's lots to see and do. You should come on out. It's air conditioned.
Yes. And you can do your steps as well.
Do your steps and do your early Christmas in July shopping.
Guys, if you haven't gotten sick from us yet, you can always go ahead on YouTube and follow us. Follow the John Bishop Fine Art channel and, watch our Art Life vlog that's ongoing. If you don't have time for that, you can always switch to a podcast and listen to us on your favorite audio platform.
And I also do a video version of that on YouTube. I'm due for one of those.
Wow.
And a blog. So there's a blog now, and there's a new blog for Arepa Arte as well. So we're busy.
Yes. So what's new with you?
What's new with me? This is a piece that I'm working on. We've got a new show coming, and I don't know if there's a slide for that, or should I talk about it now?
A slide for
the new show?
No, we don't.
We got a new show starting at the end of this month, about the 29th, I think we go live. And it is a show that the theme is technology and the use of technology to create a utopian world. It's kind of, the idea is either how we use technology to create a perfect world, or how through technology we will reach a perfect world where we don't want or need technology. And so it's just kind of whatever anybody wants to do with that theme. So what I'm doing is a piece, we'll all have more than one piece, but that I did specifically for this one is here. It's a big old honking piece. And I'm not sure which direction it should go yet. But the idea that there's all kinds of mechanisms and mathematics and gears and pulleys, all this technology to as opposed to a field of flowers, and that all of this technology affects the natural world, either makes it better, makes it worse, but those two things are opposed but built into each other. I don't know, it's just a fun exploration. I'm not quite finished with it yet, but that's where I'm going.
And those flowers over there, my God, it takes you a lot of work.
They take a lot of work, but I think they're really pretty.
To create a pattern like that is just unbelievable. I don't think I would be able to create a pattern so detailed. But yeah, that is the next show.
Yeah, it should be a really interesting show.
And that's his piece. Look at that. Anyway, so it's 20 minutes after, so it's time for you to present your feature art.
This is a piece that has been around for a while. This one is called Glyph. There was a whole series that I did of kind of hieroglyphic types of presentations. Most of them were on paper. This is the one that I did that was larger and with paint. On canvas. And Glyph is the whole idea that I was exploring was that there is this visual language that we all understand, even though it's not verbal. We respond to color, we respond to texture, we respond to pattern, and we all seem to recognize these things, even though we can't really talk about them. And so I wanted to mix the idea of those kinds of colors and patterns and movements with some sort of representational language, glyphs that don't really have any meaning, but they feel like they have a meaning. In fact, so much so that I had a guy come in and tell me that this was a real language that I created.
I remember that.
And I told him, no, I just made it up. And he said, no, it's a real language. You must have channeled it. So perhaps that's what happened. And I think if you look at the glyphs and translate them, they actually say buy this art. But
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. No, so that was the whole idea of the whole, I like to explore the idea of language as art and art and language. And so this piece also, I was working very much to try and bring some luminosity to the painting. And I think I achieved that. It looks as though it's, in fact, someone once asked me, where does it plug in? They thought that it was somehow illuminated from behind. It's not. And so I really like the idea of a painting being kind of a window. I'm also from the TV generation where the whole idea of these rounded corners, these are like those old these old television screens that had cathode ray tubes in them. So
it's a great piece, by the way.
I think it's hauntingly nice. The colors are great. It has some intrigue to it as you get closer. Yeah. You have a different experience, which I love as well.
When you see it from the distance, it's one piece, and when you come closer to it, it's a completely different
It's a different piece. And depending upon which way you're standing, the gold is either reflective or it's not. So some of these glyphs disappear if they're not hitting the light directly because it's kind of a metallic gold. I find it very interesting and pleasing. And it just sits.
Talking about the luminosity, I think you managed to do that with the next piece as well, which is Jaula or Haula?
Haula. Let's go back. I wanted to show the piece.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have it here.
Just to get an idea of the size. It's, like I say, it's been in the studio for quite some time. It's a good size.
Look at that greenery blue.
It doesn't have a frame. It probably could use a frame. I always think a frame makes a piece look better, but it doesn't need a frame. But
it's optional, and it's, I can see a gold frame here.
The gold frame would be really make it pop.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think it's a lovely piece.
It's nice, and you should start to put together a dictionary.
A dictionary of what these things mean. It's in Klingon or something.
Just for fun. And what else?
And the second piece, I'm an idiot because I walked right by it this morning. It's hanging in my bedroom at home.
You're not an idiot, but...
And I didn't pick it up. This is a piece that is called Jaula. Jaula in Spanish is a cage. And the whole idea here again is the idea of windows and there being something beyond the window that you're looking out at this
And look at this
magical
corner,
world, or perhaps you're looking in.
the upper right corner, how that yellow hits and creates that lighting.
Yeah, it's got a luminous quality as well. And I think the grid pattern helps a lot to give context. Otherwise, it would be this great chaotic swirl of color, which I love, but the grid kind of defines it, restrains it in some way. Again, whether you're looking in or looking out, I do believe it's a very powerful piece.
And it's very,
It's not
pleasant.
it's not huge. It's 16 by 20, which is a decent size. I mean, bigger might be better, but this one is that size. And I should do some prints of these as well.
And this will look, actually, these prints on canvas would look fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it keeps that that texture, if it's
Exactly.
on canvas.
So again, I thought it was a very nice piece. It has also been sitting around for a while.
And again, you can find it here, guys, on Silver Sea Studios, on our studio at 314.
And I'll bring it in. It's sitting at home
absolutely. Right now. But anyway, what else? We dumped some, it's almost 10:30, but we want to tell you that lately we did some changes around our website. So if you guys take a look and let us give us your feedback, we restructure the websites a little on mine and John's as well. So you can go to bogdanphotoart.com or johnbishopfineart.com and take a look, and hope you like what you see. We updated all kinds of pieces, put the new ones on, restructured the whole shop experience. Now you can buy by series and by type of art. It's very neat.
Great. Well, wonderful. You guys stay cool. I hope you're having a great week. We will see you next time.
Absolutely.
Stay creative.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye
you for
now.
watching.